Hey guys, welcome back to a video on all things EXP. I'm your host, David Bentinck, and in this video, I'm gonna go over my 18-month review at EXP Realty. So before joining EXP, I was with Keller Williams and saw the opportunity that EXP presented. Partnered up with Jay Kinder and Michael Reese. Jay Kinder and Michael Reese, they're the co-founders of the National Association of Expert Advisors. Jay Kinder, at 28 years old, was selling 531 transactions and was number 2 worldwide for Coldwell Banker in his prime. I'm going to share with you my experience at EXP 18-month review. If you're looking to grow your business and partner with us at EXP Realty, or have any questions or want to jump on a call with me, you can reach out to me. My number is 214-384-1630, or I'm going to put the link in the description below to hop on my calendar. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if there's any questions.
What's up, everybody? I'm taking over David's channel here today, and we're going to do it, and we're going to flip the script, and I'm going to interview David today. So I'm looking forward to this, actually, because you're now, 18 months at EXP, is that right?
18 months, man. July 2019 was the actual date I came over.
Okay, yeah, July. Yep. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So what I'd like to do is just unpack, what you thought, what has happened versus what didn't, what was better, what was worse than you expected, and this, what you're doing in your business and how things are going with the move, right? So I think a lot of folks hear the pump up story of EXP, but they don't really get the inside edition of like, okay, well, what exactly has changed in your business and for you? So let's talk through it, man. So what has been maybe the where are you at in your business? Let's start with that. Is business up? Is it down? Where are you at from where you were 18 months ago?
Yeah, man. So business is up right now, actually up 20%. And during 2020 was actually one of my best years, actually one of my highest sales years in closed volume. And while 2020 and the pandemic was happening, man, we saw EXP thriving. As this cloud-based brokerage, everybody flocking to EXP. People working from home, and that's whenever I really started to take market share. So business is up. It was just all about the alignment and partnering up with the right people at EXP that really helped me grow my business and really took me off to the next level. Because not gonna lie, 2020, COVID and the shutdown, man, that shit was hard, man. It was hard on everybody. I mean, it may look like I was doing well and pushing forward, but there was a couple of days where I didn't want to get out of bed, and the stores are shut down. You can't go anywhere, right? And so that takes a toll on you mentally.
Yeah.
And having great mentors and people like yourself, and just being in alignment with a great network of agents who are just killing it across the country is what really inspired me. And taking different little tips and trips and strategies from them to help incorporate in my business, man, is what really pushed me through. So business is up, and it's just it's an exciting time to be in real estate right now for me.
Well, let's unpack that a little bit too, because I don't know what outside of EXP what other companies did during the pandemic, but what did you plug into? Because there was a lot going on, right? Like I think we put out more training and more content during that whole COVID time. At least that first portion of the shutdown from like March till June or July, there was content everywhere, right? Like there was always something that you could be plugging into. What did you plug into? Was it stuff that was going on in the EXP world? Was it some of the different groups within EXP that were doing their own content? We had shareholders that was virtual last year, also EXPCon. What was it that you plugged into that you found kind of as your channel, where you go learn from, that you found the most valuable?
Yeah, man, great question. So prior to coming to EXP, I was with KW, and I felt like with KW, I was only learning from really the team that was on, right? KW did have their small trainings and stuff, but it wasn't very impactful. For me, just coming over to EXP, it was just, the NAEA training was, very, very vital and crucial in my business. Right when the pandemic hit, you hosted your first NAEA bootcamp virtually, man, and I was super excited and pumped to, have that done in person, man. But that the NAEA training and having access to that on a 24-hour basis, man, that's what really helped me skyrocket my business. It was really okay. because I'm a phone junkie, right, man? You can put me on the phones, man. I'm on there all day.
Yeah.
But it really, when COVID hit, it was really taking a step back, actually implementing and diving into what was available and resources, coming over to this brokerage.
Right.
And that's what I really plugged in, and a lot of that was also marketing too, right? Because you and Michael Reese, talk a lot about marketing, right? The best marketer always wins, and so. Like you said, man, making content, making videos was something that I really plugged into. And it's the stuff that you guys were teaching was what really helped me grow during that time period.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it had to be hard if you weren't at EXP. I don't know what they did. Honestly, I don't know what they could have done. But it was just one of those unfortunate, super unfortunate times for everybody. But I felt like we were very fortunate being in a cloud-based environment that things didn't skip a beat. I remember getting on a call with one of the executives in the company. It was like the 4th or 5th day of the pandemic, and everything's weird. You're at home, your kids are at home doing school, and it's a train wreck, stuff like that. And he was like, man, we didn't change one thing. Like we didn't, like 600 employees at all of EXP. Nobody skipped a beat. We were already doing it, right? And so just a really interesting, when he said that, I was like, it was so different at that moment for me, and I was like, the company didn't have any ripple effect from that. And outside of people had their kids at home, with them working as well. But yeah, just a kind of a really a proof of concept, proving the concept of the business model. Not that it needed proving, but it certainly made it a lot easier that you always had somewhere to go to see what's going on with transactions, even though you may not be out there doing it the way you were. You still had all the staff, and you had all the access and all that kind of stuff. So that was definitely definitely something I think that helped a lot of us gain, like you said, gain market share, helped your business to really grow and be set up for 2021.
Yeah, I saw an article, man, where it said that EXP was the number one closing volume or closing transaction brokerage, by far. And when I got into EXP, I think we only had maybe 20,000 agents, man, and fast forward 18 months, now we're at 50,000, and we're hitting international waters at this time, man. So it's fun, and it's very exciting to be a part of such an amazing company.
Right. Yeah. And one thing, what's up, Nick? Good. So one thing that is it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like I never found this at other companies, and it's probably the hardest thing to get people to understand. But like, if we could just shake them and say, listen, this is different, bro. Like, you don't get it. This is totally different. You don't understand. Yeah. Like, is the mentorship and the giving, the people that give in this company is different. It's not just because they're all abundant people, but that's easy to say because they are genuinely all abundant people that just want to help and give back. But it's actually engineered in the business model. It's engineered that the top people in the company are always giving back and sharing. Why? Because we have stock. We want the company to do well. Well, if all the agents sell more houses, do we do better? If the stock does better? Absolutely. If you bring agents over and you get revenue share, if you help them sell more real estate, do you make more revenue share? Yes, you do. And so like there's a reason, there's a financial reason, and this is like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger 101. But there's a financial reason. It changes behavior, right? It changes behavior. And so people are giving back at a much higher level here and teaching and things like that we didn't do as agents before. Like, if people are really truly paying attention, how many trainings do you find that are happening that are just free, being given out to help agents outside of the company, even as an opportunity to at least introduce you to say, hey, look, this is just some of the things we can help you with. Come over here, we'll help you even more. And so like, that's a big deal. Like, until you get in the environment and really truly see that and experience it really for yourself, it's really hard to like understand how impactful it is. But I kind of compare it to the way I had to do it, which was fly around the country, pay a lot of people a lot of money, sit by the bar, take notes, ask questions, and they go back and figure it out, right? Like, but you get into this ecosystem. And you're gonna have any number of ways. There was a guy that did a class the other day on sphere of influence. Now I had a sphere of influence, but I didn't build my business from my sphere. This guy did, and he had a really cool system that he did, how he suggests you do it, and he was teaching it. It's like there's nobody that has a problem in real estate that we can't help them solve at EXP, just with the training and the agents and the people that are sharing. And so like, if you're struggling or if you're not getting to where you want to go, and you want people to genuinely help you, then you should absolutely reach out to David. I mean, and have a conversation, because you don't have to have those struggles that we've all been through in real estate. So what else would you say has been something that you've learned in this last 18 months at EXP, or something maybe unexpected, or something that you really got a lot of value out of in making that transition?
Man, it's just the collaboration and the training that EXP offers, and I really didn't experience them until I was a couple of months in, and I'm out there at my first EXP conference, right? And I barely knew you. We knew each other from Nick Good. We've had a couple of conversations, right? And I'm hanging out with you, I'm actually in in one of the mastermind sessions, right? And I remember you send me a message on Instagram, and I think I was the only one from Nick's team that went. And you sent me a message on Instagram, like, hey bro, we're hanging out at this bar. Right. So I get there, man, and I'm just like surrounded by all these power players, these top real estate, titans across the country. And I'm just like, I'm like kind of a little intimidated, man. I'm pretty charismatic guy, confident guy, but I was kind of, intimidated by, going up to these guys. But then when I shook their hands, asked them about their business, man, they just started pouring into me, asking questions like, damn, man, you're here, look who you're surrounded with. And, I'll never forget that moment, man. And also that same trip, we were at dinner, and, I was sitting next to you, right? I actually did this pretty strategically, man. I don't know if you noticed, but there was some guy that actually got up, and I went to go take his seat just so I could sit next to you. And, you were like, hey, Debbie, we're going to go back to my, one of the rooms, man. You want to come hang out? I was like, yeah, dude, hell yeah, man. So I'm here, 26-year-old hanging out with, some of these top, guys in the business, actually the top rock stars in EXP by far. And, it's a room probably, people would pay tens of thousands of dollars to be in.
Right.
To hang out with you guys. And that's when I was like, that's when the light switch, kind of came on, like, oh, yep, this is it.
That's it, yeah. Right? Yeah, that's like, yeah. You can't really put a price on it. And it's funny, like the story that you told. I remember it. But there's not a lot of people that are like you either, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give yourself credit, because not a lot of people have it in them to make sure that you're in the room. But that was your goal while you was there. You told me that was your goal, and I was like, oh, yeah. Come on, man. Like, there's not very many people that tell me they have a goal like that. So like, yeah, come on, you coming with us everywhere, right? Like, yeah. Like, you want our help, you got our help. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that, and so you got to want it. I think that's a big part of your success, and part of your story is you have to be hungry, and you have to be willing to do whatever it takes, right? And so that it's funny. It reminds me of the story the other day. So me and Michael Reese and his name's Michelle. I can't remember his last name in the moment, but Carlos was doing this big event here. I'm trying to think of his handle. He's got millions and millions and millions of followers, and he's at EXP, and he's in our group. And so we were going to go to dinner, and it was actually just me, Michelle, and Mike, and we went to STK. Well, everything was shut down in San Juan, and so we get there to STK, and it's like there's not an available table all weekend long, and it's spring break, and there's literally no chance we're getting in. Then we just kept asking, right? We just kept asking. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, you ask somebody, who can we talk to? We just kept on and kept on and kept on, and finally they said, listen, there's a 6:55 that if they don't show up, because they didn't confirm the reservation. If they don't show up, we'll give you that table, but y'all can't wear flip flops. So we had to go buy shoes. And so we had like 30 minutes, right? And we're like, we're eating STK. We're eating steak tonight. And so we're looking for, there's no shoe store anywhere close. We go into a Walgreens, and we go down the aisle and find there's like flippers. That's not gonna work. So then we found some Crocs, right? They had some, just like one little row of Crocs. And so we got Crocs, and then we go back over to STK. Now we've invested in shoes, and we showed back up. They have to let us in now. So it's like, that's a mentality, right? Like, a lot of people just gave up and not done it, just go eat somewhere else or whatever. But like, when you just put your mind to something, there's nothing that can stop you, right? And so I have to give you a lot of credit, because that's not everybody has that, but you definitely have that, and it's going to pay off for you dividends for sure.
I mean, it's all about committing first and then figuring out the how later.
Right. That's it. Once you decide, it's done. Right now, you just got to figure it out. Be like water. Just move around the obstacles.
Yeah. I mean, that's my mindset, man. It's just, commit first and then figure out the how, man. And then if you can't figure out the how, figure out who can help you. Figure out who's that person that can help you. You know what I mean? Right. And I know if I run around with you, man, you can be like, yeah, David, that's my boy. Come on, bring him on. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah. And if nothing else, if there's something, that you've got a great network with Nick and the people that you already know and the relationships you created, but there's always, if they can't help you with something, they'll know someone who can. Right. And that's half the battle, is just having the right people around you. And that's really just one of the big, huge benefits of EXP. And I think most people that are successful are givers, by nature. I think you don't get to a high level without being, humble and really just abundant mindset and wanting to help other people that are hungry and want the same thing. And most all of us that are successful went through really hard times to get to where we got. And so we know the struggle and we've embraced the struggle. And so like, if we can help people avoid some of those things along the way, it makes us feel good. Right. So yeah, there's that, everybody wins in that kind of scenario. But so go back to this, this 18 months. So like, what are you doing now, right? Like, so what are you doing in your business now with, the market's being crazy, ridiculous, and it's a kind of a beating right now because, you get a buyer, you might write 20 offers before you get something accepted. What's been your strategy? What are you doing and what are you working on right now that's really starting to take hold for you in your business?
Yeah, man. So lately, as of now, I've been really pouring into the already relationships that I've already built. One thing that I really loved about, coming over was having a CRM and database that can hold all my contacts, man. And I didn't have that at KW. To be quite frank, man, trying to come over, I was a little hesitant, man. I had my reservations. I actually contemplated back in 2019, maybe a couple of months before joining EXP, to getting completely out of the business, man, just because I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I actually had a good buddy named Brian Mayoral who worked for Tony Robbins, and he was a peak performance strategist, man. And him and I built a really good relationship. And he was like, hey, Dave, you've got it in you, man. You should come and join Tony Robbins and the crew, man. And that would have me, traveling to different cities and, putting on these performances, putting on these speaking, masterminds in front of, hundreds of people. And, that was a direction. EXP was a direction. Nick, was talking with Nick for about an hour on the phone. He's like, dude, just come over. You've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Right. So, just having, having Nick in my back pocket was a good, was a good move, right? It was a lateral move for me at the time. So right now, just with all the relationships that I've built, including that Brian Mayoral guy, I'm pouring into him, pouring into more people, seeing how I can help their business, man. Because, once somebody does think of you for the real estate means, man, that's going to pay dividends. You know what I mean? Especially in this marketplace, man, you've got, agents trying to discount their commissions, by, 2-3%. And, if there's no competition, if you say, Jay, let's say, you're looking for a great agent in Dallas and, you're like, call my boy Dave, you think that person's going to go look for somebody else?
Nope. That's a great point.
Yeah. So that's
huge, powerful right now. Extremely powerful.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I've also been utilizing KV Core. KV Core is fucking awesome, man. I mean, I love it. I'm, sending out mass email marketing on there as well. It's a great platform. It has like artificial intelligence to help you re-engage with your database, bro. So I've been really diving into that, man. I've also been really trying to pour into other agents, trying to see them to get the value in EXP and what that looks like as well. And Nick just dropped a comment about. What was that?
So what Nick doesn't know is that me and you just talked about this offline before we went online, and I was about to say we got to talk about it. Like, don't be keeping your best stuff a secret now. But the old school techniques with modern day techniques together, old school mailers. Talk about that. Let's share that, because I think that's something powerful that people can take away as a really valuable nugget.
Yeah, just so people didn't see the comment, he said, tell them about dropping the old school mailers with modern day techniques, direct roll with QR codes and videos. So what I've been doing lately, and I actually did learn this in, I think one of the sessions with the Expert Mentors Live, the weekly trainings that us at EXP have within our, our private Facebook group, is implementing QR codes. So what I've been doing lately is I've been, sending out mailers to sellers, implementing a QR code on that mailer, right? And I upload an unlisted video into YouTube, and the video is just like, hey Jay, it's David, EXP Realty. Wanted to send you this quick video. Sending you this great marketing plan, and we'll love to have that opportunity in your business. Here's some comps, this and that. Just trying to show a little bit of value, and for me, that's been helping me convert at a high level, so that when people go and scan that QR code, they can, it takes them right to my YouTube video, right? So it just kind of keeps you on top of minds and helps you convert leads at a higher level, because, they see you on video. A lot of people are just sending the mailers, traditional stuff. But when you implement, small implements, man, is what's going to, create, massive success in your business, bro. And I've got all the credit to everybody here at EXP that's been helping each other grow. You know what I mean? Because nobody here is holding their cards close to their chest, and I really felt like that was the way at KW, man. You go talk to the person next door in their office, man, like, damn, look at all those deals you got, what are you doing? They're not going to tell you, because you're the competition. Yeah. So the funny story, and this is just to illustrate that point. Okay. So and you can't blame them, right? So like, if you got the best idea, like, that's working really well, you're not going to share it with everybody within the walls of your office, because they're really kind of like your competition, right? And so I remember we had several people I have probably more people that I'm going to name. I'm just going to tell this one story that happened. We had it happen multiple times. Yep. We had somebody that we were coaching, and they would be on coaching calls, and across the office, like on the other side of the wall, was another agent that would hear them on our coaching calls and all that kind of stuff. And then their business, they rocketed up, and killed it, and we're doing like 200 or 300 deals. And so this one guy called and said, hey, when we want to sign up for coaching, we're like, well, where'd you hear about us? And he said, well, I'm in the office right next to so-and-so. And, I've been hearing all these calls and watching their business grow for the last year. He was like, I'm finally just done. I'm all in. Like, what do I got to do? Like, and that's, they're not going to share those, he was listening, right? But they're not going to share those best ideas with the person, that shares a wall with them in a real estate office. And that's a fundamental difference at EXP. You don't feel like you're sharing it with your competition, and we all have stock. And if the agents sell more homes, what happens? Our stock goes up. So we actually have a benefit when we help everyone in the company do more. We're also incentivized to do it in other ways, through revenue share, this and that, and the other. And so like, that's just a fundamental difference that makes a big difference. But you're going to find a lot more support at EXP than you will at any other company, because we all do better when the company does better. So yeah, good stuff, man. I love it. So yeah, back to that QR code, which is a huge deal, right? So like, QR codes, they died, right? Like, they literally, the pandemic brought them back. And they've been around forever, man. I just saw like, what is this damn stupid looking square doing on here? I didn't even know what it was. Honestly, bro, up until maybe about last year or 6 months ago, I didn't know that you can scan with your iPhone's camera. Yeah, well, yeah, that was the problem with the QR code, was you had to have an app in order to scan it originally. And so whenever, I don't know when it happened, I never scanned a QR code because I never had to. Now, because of COVID, every restaurant I go in, there's no menu, so you have to get used to it. And once you do that, there's a certain number of times that once you do that you're comfortable with the QR code and just think, and now it works, right? And so that's easier for people to do than go to the website, type in the URL. We call it offline to, well, we don't call it, it's the principle, it is what it is. It's offline to online marketing. So if you was just to send that video with a link to that video, they got to go from the mail to a phone or computer and type in the URL and go. And that's a heavier lift than just scan it. And so, and then the personalization of that message is huge. I want to give you a couple ideas to try, right? So I get this question all the time now with how to get listings. So one of the things, and you may already be doing all of this, so you're more plugged in than me, I think, in this regard. But so are you doing anything specific with a listing when, in terms of like a 5-day home sale or a 4-day home sale listed on Thursday, submit all highest and best offers, open house a couple days, and then like, highest and best, and we're going to pick an offer on Monday at 5. Is that
Is that what you're seeing, or are you seeing that in the marketplace at all?
You know what? I've heard a couple of people from my team actually bring it up, but I don't think anybody's actually implemented. Are you talking about maybe like a 5-day listing agreement?
No, I'm just talking about the naming convention for it. Because if you can create something that's different, right? Then so here's what I would do. I would say, how Dallas homeowners are leaving thousands of money on the table in the hottest real estate market ever, right? Or something like that, because that's a good headline. So they're going to be interested in what that might be. So anybody, obviously, if you did it with a Facebook ad, anybody clicks on it, that they're probably selling at some point, or at least considering it. But then you have to have a process, right? So I believe, and I don't know this to be true because I'm not out there doing it, but I think you can develop a process to maximize the home's value and maximize the number of offers that you get on a home based upon the process you use to expose it to the overall marketplace, right? So if you list it and say we're gonna review all offers on Monday at 5 o'clock, so bring your highest and best offer. Open house is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You blast it out to the marketplace, to everybody that's your buyer database, every agent in the marketplace, and you call it the 4-day home sale or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And so I believe that you would get a multiple of offers more, a certain percentage of offers more than you would if you didn't do that, right? If you just listed it in MLS. And so if every house is getting 15 offers, that strategy might get you 30 offers, let's say. And this is where I don't know the numbers because I'm not doing it, but I do believe that would get you more offers. I think that's irrefutable. But and the benefit is, we're sellers leaving money on the table. Well, if you don't get an offer that's cash, then you're going to have contingencies. If you get an offer with financing, then there's definitely going to be contingencies. If there's inspections, then there's a chance that the deal falls apart, right? So they're less likely to get the best possible offer. If they only got 15, if you got 30, you're way more likely to get one that's cash, no contingencies, and no contingency on appraisal, that kind of stuff. And so when the market's red hot like it is, that you can really challenge the market in places of price point in a massive way. But you can't really get away with that if they're getting financing. So you really need to hope that you're finding a cash buyer. Well, the best way to do that is to make sure every damn person in the world has a chance to see this house. And you put all your effort and energy into exposure up front and really hitting the market with a bang. And so that would be what I would talk about on the video. Is like, hey, we have a strategy. It's called the 4-day home sale. What we're learning is that the offers are crazy, and sometimes we can get an offer. Even if you did get an offer that was way above asking price, it doesn't appraise. And so you leave thousands of dollars on the table. And here's how we're beating that. And this is what we're doing, right? And then, that would be the message to the content. And then I would just tell stories of every time you do one, right? And you say, let me tell you, we had an example, right? Here's a house that, such and such, we put it on the market. It sold for $90,000 over asking price with 42 offers, right? And here's another one in that neighborhood that sold, just 5% over asking or whatever, right? Like you just tell those stories and use that content to, communicate the value proposition, right? Now there's a reason to call you above someone else because sellers think right now that they can sell their house by owner. Yeah, that would be the stupidest thing you ever did. You could get 40 people that would make offers on your house, or you get 1 or 2, right? That's just dumb. And most people kind of understand that. It's like, why would you, if you could get 40 offers, you think maybe we could get one that was cash way above your asking price? Like, it's very possible in this market. And so that's the thing. It's like, I'm more excited about what I do now because I can add more value to the seller in this market than I can at any other time, right? Because I understand marketing, right? So those are the types of things that I would be testing in that, anyways, that's my thought. No,
that was good, man. I got that all written down. And you know me, I'm going to go out and implement it. So
you will, yeah. I think it's going to work really well, actually. So, it's like anything else too. If you get people excited and you can show them you have a process for how you do something that makes a difference, then they're going to be like, oh, that makes sense, right? But yeah, man. So anybody out there that's watching, me and you know this, they should partner with us at EXP. How do they get hold of you?
Man, the best way is just give me a call or shoot me a text at 214-384-1630. Pretty active on social media. Hit me up on Facebook in the DMs, slide in the DMs, Instagram.
Yeah, if you ain't where you want to be and you want to get there faster, you want to be in the right vehicle, and this is the better vehicle to be in if you're wanting to grow your business. If you're hungry, if you're not hungry, stay where you're at. There's no reason to make a change if you're not going to change. But if you're hungry, then reach out to David. Let's talk and see how we can help you with your business. All we have to gain, all you have to lose is you can say no, right? Why would you always say, there's a rule, everybody should pay attention. You always say yes until you have to say no. Always say yes to opportunity. There's nothing wrong with saying yes to opportunity until you have to say no. There's a point at which you say, okay, well, that's not for me. But always say yes, right? Be open-minded and say, what do I have to lose? You have nothing to lose, only benefits to gain.
So this is probably a question you were going to ask me, but I'm going to ask you, like, if somebody was on the fence, looking to join EXP, or, just kind of thinking about it, what would you tell them?
Say that again. If they say, if what now?
Like if somebody was on the fence or was thinking about EXP, or just, maybe at least looking into the model, like what would you tell them?
I would say, first of all, good job, because they're one of the few. A lot of people just don't do their own research, right? So like when you start doing research, that's when it starts getting really clear that this is an opportunity. So I would congratulate them for doing the research or starting that process, because once you get to that point, you're probably going to come join us at EXP. But yeah, I think, if you're on the fence, I can tell you that it makes a difference who you partner with. And, when you get David, you get Nick Good, you get myself, and people that can actually make a difference in your life, in terms of, we have been and are successful in real estate, and we can help, and we want to help, and we're incentivized to help. So it would be crazy, you have to be telling yourself some kind of story if you're not reaching out. So I would just check yourself and check your mental health of, are you telling yourself the right things, like, or are you being open-minded? And so, come join us, man. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. We had fun too, didn't we?
Oh yeah, man. I got my shirt on, man. I'm getting ready for Cabo, and
yeah, baby.
Getting ready to come out there and visit, man. I'm excited to come out there and hang out with you and Reese.
Yeah, come on. We'll go surfing, man. We went surfing the other day, and they take you. This is crazy. So they got some 10 and 15 footers off, little ways out, and you can't. I don't want to paddle to them. I know that I would die, but they'll take you on a jet ski and they'll drop you in on the wave, and you just gotta dive off the jet ski and then surf. Jump up, pop up, and surf. So you don't have to chase the waves and paddle and none of that. You just surf, and you just do that for like an hour. It's great, dude. It's awesome. We'll have to do it when you come.
I think I'd be sore after that, man. We went to Urban Air to have a team outing, man. I'm 27, and my damn lower back was starting, man. After the jumping on those damn trampolines, I think I'd be sore after that one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's a lot better than the alternative, which is paddling after waves. Yeah, because that's hard work. But they just drop you right in. So all you got to do is just stand up on the board, and then you're surfing. It's like cheating, but it is fun, man. But I will tell you this: getting hit by a 15-foot wave, those things are. I mean, it's scary. People die out there. Like it's not for the meek. That's for sure. Surfers are legit. I will tell you that. People that surf for real are legit. We're not real surfers. We're just trying. But it's all good, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like Brent Gove says, man, we're making real estate fun again. And I've never had so much, fun, excitement. Being an entrepreneur, man, has its up and downs, bro. But just having that right model and platform and people behind you is what keeps me going at the end of the day. I mean, right now I've got 7 agents who partner with me, and total I've got 11 in my organization. So that's actually helped me become a better leader, man. It's actually been helping me, really dive into that self improvement, self-development, personal development aspects of, okay, let's just not focus on the next transaction. Let's focus how we can, help you, grow your business, right? Leaders creating leaders, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, I'm looking for people who are looking for me. I'm looking for people who are hungry, humble, and smart.
That's it.
Right? And never had so much fun just being a part of, a great group of people. And, anybody looking to join or at least take a look at it, reach out to me. I mean, it'll change your life. It'll change your business. That's for sure.
That's for sure, man. True. Never heard any truer words, my friend. And it really is, man. It's awesome. Helping people is part of what we do as real estate agents anyways, but getting to help other agents with their success in the business is very fulfilling. And so, man, I'm proud of you, proud of the journey you're on, and the quest to continually improve and get better and help others. It's special, man, and it's cool, and it's a privilege. It's my honor to be a part of that with you. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, brother. I mean, that really means a lot to me, man. I look up to you and Jay, or you and Mike a lot, and just hearing that, man, really means a lot, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate you, brother.
It's crazy how, this being in aligned with EXP is just brought me and opened so much doors and opportunities. Like, you know, I brought on a commercial leasing agent who's killing it. Her name is Divine. She's killing it in you know, San Francisco and Houston doing commercial leasings, and she loved EXP, man. She got plugged in. She's probably one of the, you know, only few commercial agents you know, in the Honey Badger group. And you know, I've got no business, you know, partnering up with a commercial leasing agent, right? But this company just helps me, you know, being able to partner with other agents, you know, not just, you know, I've thought about, you know, leaving the team. I've thought about, you know, going off creating my own team. I've thought about, you know, leaving the broker, stuff like that. Whenever I was at KW, but, you know, being at EXP just now helps me be. If I was solo, man, I would feel like I would be pigeonholed down just a certain area. Right now with EXP, I'm able to partner with people across the partner with agents across the country now, and even internationally, man. So it's just a great model and just a great opportunity to be aboard.
Yep, that's the truth, man. Love it. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. You know, if anybody's watching, you know, feel free to reach out to me on EXP. Reach out to me. Reach out to Jay. We'd be more than happy to help your business. Jay, I appreciate you coming on here and you know, interviewing me and letting me tell my story.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for letting me flip the script.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Thanks, David. Later.